stands out about Iowa State?
Toughness, defense, well coached, terrific point guard play. I think they really, as a team, they're connected. They know who needs to be shooting it when they need to be shooting it, and just play extremely well together. But really excellent defensive team, excellent.
They're a pretty high turnover forcing team. How much of an importance does it need for your guards to take care of the ball?
You know, whether we're playing Iowa State or, you know, we've talked about it all year, and you guys know we've had a problem with it, but you can't turn it over against a team like them, because they're going to, well, you can't guard it for one, and they're going to take advantage of it, so we have to take care of the basketball.
What did Bishop do well last game to limit his turnovers?
Again, I thought he let it come to him. Looked like from our vantage point, thought he was pretty much in control and what we wanted to see out of him, and did a lot of good things. And but didn't over press the issue. It's probably the biggest thing.
Do you feel like you guys learned something, even at this point in the season, the way that, you know, your guys didn't blink? Virginia takes the lead late. Did you feel like you learned something about this team?
No, I mean we've been in close games all year, but I always think you learn something. I mean, I don't think you ever stop learning, but you know, but you think about it, it was turnovers that put us in that position. We made it harder than it probably should have been, but that's give Virginia credit, because they're not going to stop playing either. And but I thought it was, I thought JP Estrella's shot was a big shot in the game, and I thought the last when Amari went in the game was a big defensive stand, those plays, and I just again thought our guys, I think they know that if both teams play well, that's the kind of games you're going to be in, and they stayed in it.
At this point in the season, you know, everybody's got the high level of preparation. Everybody's got the want to in the tournament. What kind of stands out in the teams that advance and don't advance in these matchups? Good
players, but you talk about, and I think when I say good players, this time of year, I don't think it's any secret the guys that have put the minutes in, they have to play well. You know, you don't want to see any of your players have a bad night this time of year, and there is I would say I always think there's focus throughout, but obviously the further you go, and you can feel it, heightened focus, and that's a big thing that we've tried to talk about with these guys. That it's time that they take ownership and everything, not just practice. We expect them to do that, but preparation. They go about it knowing, take it deeper than they've ever taken it before, and they did that last week.
It's been going right for Felix on the offensive end the last couple weeks.
I think when Felix doesn't worry about offense is when he's really good on offense. I think when he just gets lost in the game defensively, and he bees who he should be, and becomes a star in that role, I just think his offense flows for him.
Is how he's been playing these last couple weeks, is that as well as he's played at Tennessee?
Well, he's had some really big moments for us, but the consistency, I mean, he's always, for the most part, I mean, we've never coached a player that we could say that was great every night, but Felix has been pretty darn good for us since he's been here, but I'm telling you, when he really locks in defensively and with the scouting report, because, you know, he does take great pride in wanting to get out there and guards if he gets switched to him. That's, again, his offense just kind of comes to him.
What do you think his ceiling is at the next level? Do you think that he's shown that there's a role for him?
Oh, I think so. I mean, we know that he's a dunker. They do play guys in that dunker position a lot. I think is what he does. He's a defensive guy. He rebounds the ball. He's a shot blocker, and he hasn't been able to do that as much. We've talked about that because he's on the perimeter. He's a one-post guy that we take out there more to when we start switching, and so he's still young and getting going. And yeah, I think he's got as good a chance as anybody.
Do you guys prepare for Iowa State, thinking Jefferson's going to play? Or?
Yeah, you always do that, and you have to, because who knows? I mean, we don't know that, and I'm sure they would do the same thing if Nate Ament was still on that questionable list. But they're a good team. They wouldn't be where they are, obviously, with just one guy. They're such a well-coached, well-balanced team, and they'll be, you know, obviously they're going to be ready to play.
What did they do well without him Sunday?
I don't think they got away from who they were. I mean, I think that they defensively they were outstanding. I mean, created 20 turnovers they took advantage of, and again, a team that's been in a lot of big games. When they got down early, not a big deal to them. They just walked away back and got control of the game and didn't look back.
What is enjoyable or stressful during NCAA tournament games, scouting teams that you're not familiar with?
What's your question?
Is there a certain thing that you enjoy about scouting teams that you're not familiar with at this point in the season?
I don't think the word's enjoy. I mean, it's no different than what we've done up to this point. You know, we, you know, obviously with, you know, you got, if you win this one, you got to know. So our staff's already scouted both of them right now, and today obviously we'll get to work, but there aren't many surprises. I mean, they're certainly going to probably add a couple tweaks here or there. They know that we'll do something like that, but for the most part, there's not everybody that's playing, and you know, we are who we are right now, and you're not going to mess with what you're doing. You're going to still try to get it better, and again, add some things. Maybe, you know, look at some different situations. It could be an out of bounds play. It could be a number of different things that you look at that maybe you say, well, we need to do something here, but they're doing the same thing with us, you know, and but our coaches do a great job of, you know, they started working on it, both teams, I'm sure Sunday night when we got back.
How special is Jacoby's ability to kind of get in the air near the rim and control his body and take contact the way that he does?
Well, one, he likes it, he enjoys it. You know, we've talked to him a lot about picking his spots in there, but, you know, as I've said many times, he's a highly competitive player. He's he does, and he's gotten so much better at getting a feel for the game, and he's gotten better at knowing when to take those opportunities, but he's not afraid to throw his body around. He's not, and he really wants to go in there and see if he can put a foul on somebody and pick up a three-point play.
How hard is that for a guard to do, to kind of willingly accept the contact and control everything in the air?
Well, I mean, it's a talent. There's no doubt, and he's strong. Jacoby's very, very strong, and people might not know that, but but he's got really great body control, and when he goes in there, when he's trying to initiate the contact, I do think that you know, there's times this year it's come out his way. The other night he went in and great vertical quality defense, guy blocked a shot, but it doesn't faze him, you know. But all we've talked to him about is make sure you pick the right time to do it.
His feel for the game, how much has that grown since he stepped foot on campus?
Tremendously. I mean, he's a totally different player from that aspect. And we put a lot on him. We've talked about that. I mean, he's played probably more minutes than we thought he would. We knew he was going to play a lot, but as many probably not. But he has grown from a basketball IQ point tremendously.
What do you think's allowed him to grow so much in that department?
Well, I think he's wanting to be coached. I think he knew he wanted to get better there, and our coaching staff spent a lot of time with him. He watches film. He's done his part in terms of studying the game, and the more he understands what it took him some time, because we do a lot, and it might not look like it, but we do, and he's had to learn to play with a lot of different guys. First time he's ever played with a lob threat. It took him a long time throughout the summer and the fall because he had always played underneath people, and he made a couple of those great passes this past weekend. But he did have to learn how to play with a guy like Felix. Cade was here early, JP, and he's gotten so much better there.
What adjustments do you prioritize at this stage of the tournament when you're facing teams that are just as well prepared and disciplined as yours?
Well, every game, we haven't played a team this year that hasn't been well prepared, and we haven't. But you know, you go in with your game plan, and you know, we know that they can guard the ball screen differently. We know that they're going to double the post. We know they're going to try to keep you on one side. We know all that, and they're going to know our tendencies as well. And so as the game goes on, depending on foul trouble, situations, whatever it may be, that's where the adjustments have to start happening. But you know, you've got a lot. We go in the game with knowing that if they do this, we need to do this. And the biggest key is to get our guys to recognize it too. And this time of year, you hope they are able to do that quicker than maybe 2 months ago, which they are doing it better.
What do you guys miss most about Cade being in the lineup?
Well, one is perimeter defense, shot blocker, really good fix-it guy, and you know, Cade, his versatility probably overall was he was a guy that you know, he could guard, and but with him, you know, he and Felix were without question our two best rim protectors, and with Felix out there, if Cade were here, they both could have done it, but we would have had one guy back there that, and both of those guys really love blocking shots, and so that probably more defensively than anything.
At the beginning of the year and then throughout, you know, the year, did you ever think you would be here at this time with this group?
Yeah, we did. We told them all year what we could do, and you know, we told them that it's about getting better every day, and not just us as a team, but them as individuals. And they are a close group of guys. We weren't sure how that would play last year with 11 new guys coming in, and I give the older guys a lot of credit, but I also give the new guys that came in credit for buying into what we want to do here. But we've talked about it all year that we can go as far as we want to go.